Hello, good morning. So we are going to start the level of difficulty 2 of interest. So the first question is a sum of money invested at a simple interest triple itself in 8 years. Some let's say some sum of money is x. It triples itself. Amount becomes 3x in 3 years. No, in 8 years. At simple interest, find in how many years it will becomes 8 times. So from here we can find the interest will be 2x, so 2x equals to p into r into time 8 year upon 100. So from here we get r equals to, this will cut 4 and this will be 25, so r equals to 25%. So now we are told to find in how many years it will become 8 times at the same rate. So we have to keep the rate constant, but when our principal is x, the amount should be 8x, so the interest will be 7x. So 7x equals to p into 25 into time t we have to find upon 100, 4. So time t equals 28 years. 28 years. The next question says a sum of money invested at simple interest triple itself in 8 years. How many times will it become in 20 years? Okay, so the exact opposite thing is asked. A sum of money is invested at simple interest triple itself. So the sum was x, it got tripled after 8 years at some rate. So the interest will be 2x. We can find the rate here. Same, the rate will be 25%. How many times will it become in a time of 20 years? So we can find the interest here, p into 25 into 20 or 100, 5. So interest will be 5x. So amount will be principal plus interest x plus 5x, 6x. So amount is how many times of the principal? 6 times, because principal is x. Next question. If 1100 is obtained after lending out x at 5% per annum for 2 years, the amount we obtain is 1100 after lending out x rupees at a rate of 5% per annum for 2 years, and the amount of 1800 is obtained after lending out y at a rate 10% for a time of 2 years. We have to find x plus y. So we can just use this equation. 1100 amount equals to principal plus interest. What is principal? Principal is x plus what will be the interest on that? X into 5 into 2 upon 100. For the second equation, 1800 equals to y plus y into 10 into 2 upon 100, right? So from here this will get cancelled, 5. So we can write this as 1100 equals x plus x by 10. X plus x by 10, we can take x common, so that will be 1 plus 1 by 10, and here it is 1800. We can take y common, 1 plus 1 upon 5. So now we can find the value of x from here and find the value of y from here. So x will be 1100 multiplied by this. When we'll add, we'll get 11 upon 10 multiplied by 10 upon 11, and y will be 1800 multiplied by 1 plus 1 upon 5 is 6 upon 5. So here 5 upon 6. Then we have to find x plus y, right? So x plus y will be just the addition of that. We can solve this. 100, 300, 1000, 1500. So x equals to this and y equals to this. So x plus y equals to 2500. 2500. So going to the next question. A certain sum of money was lent under the following repayment scheme based on simple interest. Okay. 8% per annum for initial 2 years, 9.5% per annum for next 4 years, 11% per annum for next 2 years, and 12% annum for the after the first 8 years. Okay. And the amount which a sum of 9,000 taken for 12 years becomes at the end of 12 years. So interest will be the sum of all these individual interest, but the sum which we had taken, that is 9,000, that will remain same. The rate is changing, right? So, and total time is 12 years, but this is for initial 2 years, that is first year and second year. Then this is for next 4 years, that is third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year. This is for again next 2 years, 7th year and 8th year. And after 8th year, whatever it is, that is 12%. So we have to find for 12 years. So for 2 years here will be there, and then the leftover 4 years it will go there, then again 2 years here. So that will be 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4 plus 2, 8. And how many years are left? 4 years are left. So left over 4 years will go here. Got it? So total interest, I'm writing it in a single time, writing in a single manner. Total interest will be for the first 2 years 9,000 into, for the first 2 years it is 8% per annum. What will be the time? 2 years. 100 plus, this is for the first 2 years. Now 9,000 for next 4 years. It is 9.5 upon 100. Now for next 2 years, it is 9,000 into 11%, and at last 9,000 into 12%. For how many years were left? 4, because total years were 12, and here and here 8 years are completed. So only left is 12 minus 8, 4. So we can now solve them individually. This will give us 16 into 90, 1440 plus. This will give us 90 into 4, 360. 360 into 9.5, 3,420 plus, this will get cancelled, 22 into 90, 1980 plus, what was the last of 90 into 12 into 4, 90 into 48 is 4,320, right? So now we can just add them. 4,320 plus 1980 plus 3420 plus 1440. So the total interest comes out to be 11,160, and we were asked to find the amount. So amount is nothing but principal plus interest. Principal was 9,000, interest is 11,600. So 11,600 is 20,160. 20,160, option number D. So the next question also, till 6 number question, till the question number 6, we have to follow these directions only which is given. So we'll refer back to that. If a person repaid 22,500 after 10 years of borrowing a loan at 10% per annum, find out what amount did he take as a loan. Okay, so we are given the total amount that he repaid, which is 22,500. This total amount includes the amount which he got the loan at first, that is the principal amount, and the interest, right? So let's say at 10%. But this was given to, okay, so this is a different question and this is different question. There is no interconnection between them. We don't have to follow the same scheme because the rate of interest here is given as 10%. Anyways, so we'll assume our principal amount was 100 rupees. We have assumed it. Let. So when principal amount is 100 and our rate given is 10% per annum, and what is the time? Time duration is 10 years. So what will be the interest we'll be getting after 10 years? 100 into 10 into 10 upon 100. We'll be getting 100 rupees as interest. So the amount will be 100 plus 100, 200. So when our amount was 200, our sum was 100. Now when our amount is 22,500, what will be our sum? Next will be 22,500 into 100 upon 200. It will give us 11,250. 11,250. Okay, next question. Mr. X is a very industrious person who wants to establish his own unit. For this, he needs an instant loan of 5 lakh, and every 5 years he requires an additional loan of 1 lakh. If he had to clear all his outstandings in 20 years, outstanding means all his debt, and he repays the principal of the first loan equally over the 20 years, find what amount he would have to pay as interest on his initial borrowing if the rate of interest is 10% per annum simple interest. Okay, so let us first write this properly. Uh, how can we write that? Mm, hmm. Mr. X has 5,000, no, 5 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees right now. Every 5 years he needs 1 lakh more. That means he will take 1 lakh rupees at 5 year, then at 10 year, then at 15 year, and he needs to clear all the debt in 20 years. So total time he has is 20 years. Okay, he will repay everything in 20 years. And we are told that he repays the principal of 5 lakh equally every year over 20 years. And on that, we have to apply the interest of 10%. So we need to find the interest he pays on the first 5 lakh rupees he borrowed. So repaying 5 lakh in equally in 20 year means that he has, let us assume that he has 5 lakh rupees right now in hand. So at the first year, how much money he has to repay? 5 lakhs. But we are told that he will be repaying equally in a time span of 20 years. So if he has 5 lakh rupees and he has to repay that money over 20 years, how much money he should repay every year? 5 lakh divided by 20, this comes out to be 25,000. So it means he will be repaying 25,000 rupees every year. And now from on the first year, I'll write here, on the first year he has 5 lakh rupees. So the interest will be very high because he has amount of 5 lakh rupees and 10% interest on that. That's a very high amount. And at the end of first year, how much he will repay? 25,000. So 25,000 he gave back to the bank or whatever from wherever he borrowed. So on the start of second year, how much money he owes now? 4 lakh 75,000. Let me just write it completely. 4 lakh 75,000, and over that the interest will be still more but less than the interest of first year. So on the third year, after the end of second year, he'll pay 25,000 back again. So after the on the start of third year, borrow he'll only have 4 lakh 50,000 with him. Rest 50,000 he has paid already. So here the interest is still more. But soon as time passes, as it comes down to the 20th year, at 20th year he'll be only left with 25,000 to repay. So here the interest will be very small because see, the interest on 5 lakh will be a very big amount, and interest on 25,000 will be comparably a smaller amount than that, right? So our principal is not constant. The first interest, the interest on the first year will be calculated on the principal of 5 lakh. Second year principal will be 4 lakh 75,000. Third year principal will be this, and 20th year principal will be this. So can you see the pattern in this? It is a GP decreasing. Oh, sorry, it is a AP decreasing AP, where the first term is 5 lakh, last term is 25,000, and what is the total number of turns? 20. So if we want to find the total amount he'll be repaying, how do we calculate the interest? Interest is calculated by P into R into T upon 100. This principle is not same for every year. It is being divided into 20 different parts. So we can write it as P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P20 into R into T upon 100, right? Or you can just do it individually. You will assume that this is P1. So what will be the interest? Interest will be P1 into R, because this is for the first year only, so it will be 1 upon 100. Here this is I1, this is I2, this will be P2 into R into again 1 year into 100. Then you will add all of these, right? You will add all of these, you will be getting the total interest as this only, because R into this will get common, and you can just put it like that. 100 will also be common and P will get added. So you can find the sum of this AP. Sum of n terms of AP is n by 2 A plus L. We just solved that many times before. So total interest is 20 upon 2. What is A? 5 lakh. What is L? 25,000 into a rate was 10%. For how many time? 20 years upon 100. So what is the interest we are getting? This is 10. This will get cancelled. 5 lakh plus 25,000 is 5 lakh 25,000. So interest is 525,000 into 20, right? So, am I doing something wrong? Hmm, we got 20 upon 2, 10, 5, 52 lakh rupees. Okay. Mm-hmm. This T won't be here, I guess, because when we will add all of these, every time it is only 1. So when we will add, it's only like P1R upon 100, P2R upon 100, P3R upon 100. So there won't be anything as such T. So that's why this 20 is coming extra. So this T will go here. So the interest is 525,000. Yeah, option number C. Let me just check the answer. Yeah, it's correct. Hmm. Hmm. Next question. The population of a city is 2 lakh if the annual birth rate and the annual death rate. Birth rate 6%, death rate 3%, population is 2 lakh. Then calculate the population of city after 2 years. So this is like the population in the first year was 2 lakh. It started with 2 lakh. At the end of the first year, 3% people died and 6% people were born. So what's the difference? 3%. So we can directly do it like we can find the growth rate. Growth rate is birth rate minus death rate. 6 minus 3, 3%. If this comes out to be negative, it means the death rate are more and birth rate is less. So this won't be the growth rate then. That will be the depreciation rate. The population will decrease. Here the birth rate is more than the death rate, so population will increase. So population will increase by how much after 2 years? 2 lakhs into 3 into 2 divide by 100. It's just like the simple interest rate. We got 612,000. Population increased by 12,000. So what will be the final population? Final population will be 12,000 plus the initial population, which was 2 lakh. 2,12,000. Okay, so mm, I think it won't be simple interest like that. We cannot do it like this. This is wrong because every year things will change. Let's see. After the first year, growth rate is correct. The population will increase by 3%. So after the first year, what will be the increase? 2 lakhs into 3%, that is 6,000. So what is the new population now? 206,000. Now this is at the start of second year. Now here the population will again increase by 3%, which will be 0.8166,180. So we can just get the total population now. 206,000 plus 6,180. So 212,180. 212,180. So this will be the correct answer. Yeah, we have to be careful in solving these population questions because the formula, if you go by formula, the formula is same, compound interest or simple interest, but yeah, it is population. So every year population is increase, and growth rate means the growth will be on the current year, right? So yeah, next question. Now you can just see it. A part of 38,800 is lent out at 6% per 6 months. The rest amount is lent out at 5% per annum after 1 year. The ratio of interest after 3 years from the time when first amount was lent out is 5:4. Find the second part that was lent out at 5%. Okay. So in this question, let us assume this sum 38,800. This is divided into two parts. One part is x and one part will be this, right? The first part, the part which is x, that is lent out at 6% per 6 months. So rate is 6% half yearly, and the rest amount is lent out at 5% per annum after 1 year. So for however time this was lent out, this will be minus 1 of that because we first gave this x and after we waited for 1 year Then after 1 year we waited, after 1 year we gave away this. So the maturity time for this will be 1 year less than this. We'll just keep in mind. Next we are given the ratio of interest after 3 years. So we are given the total time is 3 years, which is 36 months, which also equals to 36 upon 6, 6 half years. So the total time is 3 years from time when the first amount was lent. So for 6 half years this was lent. So the interest here I1 will be x into 6 year half yearly into 6 upon 100, and interest to here the total time was 3 years, but after 1 year this was lent. So 3 minus 1, because 1 year this was with us only for 1 year, and for the rest of the 2 years out of the three we lent it out. So we'll calculate the interest for only 2 years rather than 3 years at 5% 100, and we are given the ratio of I1 is to I2 equals to 5 is to 4. You can just solve this now. 36 x upon 100 whole upon, this will get cancelled, 38800 minus x upon 10 equals to 5 upon 4. You can cross multiply. 36 x upon 100 into 4 equals to 38800 minus x upon 10 into 5, 25, 2. So from here what do we get? 72x equals to 38800 into 25, 9,70,000 minus 25x. You can bring 25 here. 25 plus 72 will be 97x equals to 97. So x equals to 10,000. So x comes out to be 10,000. And what do we have to find? Find the second part that was lent at 5%. What was the second part? The second part was 38800 minus x. So second part will be 38800 minus 10,000. That will be 28800. So our answer is option B. 8. Next question. If the simple interest is 10.5% annual and compound interest is 10% annual, find the difference between the interest after 3 years on a sum of 1000. We cannot use the formula because that formula is for 2 years and we have to find for 3 years. Let us write the sum is 1000. We are first calculating simple interest. 1000. What is the rate? 10.5. It is for 3 years upon 100. It comes out to be 105 into 3, 315. Now we'll calculate the compound interest. 1000 into, for the first year. Just leave it to 1000 into 10% is the rate, 0.1, 100 rupees. Next year it will get 1100 into 0.1, 110 rupees. Next year it will be 1210 into 0.1, 121 rupees. This is for first year, this is for second year, and for third year will be 1331 into 0.1, 133.1. So the total compound interest will be 100 plus 110 plus 121 plus 0.1, 5, 6, oh no, 4, then 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 464.1. So this is the compound interest. So what will be the difference? 464.1 minus 315.0, 5 minus 1, 4, 49. What? Uh, there must be some calculation error, probably 4464 minus 315. Let me do the calculation again. 315 is correct, and here it will be 1000 into 1.01 raised to the power 3. What? 1000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100 cube 1.01, 1000 into 1.01, oh, 1.1, nice, 1.1 cube. Okay, okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I calculated the compound interest for more than 3 years, so that will be 331. Now only till here. So 331, which gives us 16. Next question. A sum of 1000 after 3 years at compound interest becomes a certain amount that is equal to the amount that is a result of a 3-year depreciation from 1728. Find the difference between the rates. Given compound interest is 10% per annum approximately. Okay, so a sum of 1000 after 3 years at compound interest at 10% per annum. A sum of 1000 after 3 years at compound interest at the rate 10% per annum will be 1000 to 1 plus 10 upon 100 to the power 3, which comes out to be 1331. We just calculated in the previous question, right? It was the same thing. So, and this amount becomes a certain amount that is equal to the amount that is the result of 3-year depreciation from 1728. 1728, the first year of depreciation will be 1728 into, let's say, R percent. You can just use the formula 1331 equals to 1728 1 minus R upon 100 to the power 3. 1331 divided by 1728. 1331 is 11 cube. 1728 is 12 cube. 1 minus R upon 100. Cube power will get cancelled. 11 upon 12. 1 minus R upon 100. R upon 100 equals to 1 minus 11 upon 12, which equals to 1 upon 12. R equals to 100 upon 12, which comes out to be 8.33%. So the rate of depreciation is 8.33. Compound interest rate is 10%. We have to find the difference. The difference is 10 minus 8.33, 1.77, or approximately 2%. So the next question is, the RBI lends a certain amount to SBI on simple interest for 2 years at 20%. Okay, let's say RBI lends X. I'll write with the black pen. RBI lends a certain amount to SBI on simple interest for 2 years 20%. The SBI gives the entire amount. So it's like a chain. RBI gives SBI X rupees. SBI gives the entire amount to Bharti Telecom but this was on simple interest, and SBI in turn gave the whole amount to Bharti Telecom at compound interest for 2 years at the same rate annually. The rate here is also R, the rate here is also R. Find the percentage earning of SBI at the end of 2 years on the entire amount. So, as how much SBI have to return to RBI? That will be uh, what should I call it? Amount SBI has to return to RBI. That will be X into R into 2 upon 100 plus X, and the amount SBI will get from Bharti Telecom is X into 1 plus R upon 100 square. Find the percentage earning of SBI at the end of 2 years. How much profit did he? Obviously this is compound interest, this will be more than the simple interest. So SBI will get more money and it has to return less money. So obviously they are earning, they are playing smart. So we have to subtract this from this. We can first solve this thing more. 2rx plus 100x upon 100, and here we can write it as x upon 100 plus r square upon 100. We can take x common here. 2r plus 100 upon 100. So we have to subtract. This is A, this is B. We have to subtract A with B, and what will we get? X upon 100 plus r square upon 100 minus x 2r plus 100. So this is the earning, and to find the percentage earning we can just divide this by the initial means how much that got. It will be this term x upon 100 can be cancelled from everywhere, so we will be left with 100 plus r upon 100 minus 2r plus 100 upon 2r plus 100. Let's see the options. Options are like this. Oh no, we have to find the percentage earning of SBI at the end of 2 years on the entire amount. Entire amount was X, right? So we have to divide it by only X, not everything. So only XX will get cancelled and this 100 will stay. And there will be one more 100 here. On one percentage earning. So how to solve this now? We can probably open this bracket. This will be 10 to the power 4 plus r square plus 200r minus 100 will be multiplied there. 200r minus 10 raised to the power 4 upon 10 raised to the power 4 into 100%. 10 raised to the power 4 gets cancelled. This gets cancelled. Only thing left is this gets cancelled. Only thing left is r square upon 100. So how? Oh, and we are given the rate was okay. So we were given the rate was 20%. We should not assume it r, but anyways, we can now just put r equals to 20 here. So that is 4%. Find the compound interest on 64,000 for 1 year at rate compounded quarterly. Okay. The rate is per annum. When we will do it quarterly, we have to divide it by 4, and this is 1 year, that is 12 months. So in 12 months, how many times it will be quarterly? 3 times, because 3 into 4 is 12. So 12 divided by 4, we have to do 3, so 3 months. So every 3 months. So every 4 months it will be every 4 months it will be quartered, so it will be 3 times. So we'll have to calculate it 3 times. So we can see it like amount equals to principal 1 plus 10 upon 4 into 100 to the power 3. We have to do it 4. If we are using the formula, we have to do it by 4. Anyways, we can solve this now. One upon 40 4 power 4 equals to no. We can write it like 64,000 upon 40 into 40 into 40 into 41 power 4. 3 zeros will get cancelled. 16 4 4 1 more 4, so it will be 41 power 4 divided by 4. 41 power 4 is approximately 41 power 4 40 41 power 4 is 2825761 upon 4. 706,440.25. This is the amount, and we have to find the compound interest. So interest is amount minus principal. So it comes out to be 6,440.25. So where none of these. Next question. If a principal P becomes Q in what? Oh, if a principal, not that principal. If a principal P becomes Q in 2 years when R% is compounded half yearly, and if the same principal P becomes Q in 2 years when S% is compounded annually, then which of the following is true? Okay, so um, we had the formula for rate, right? No, we used to have it. Okay, so there is no formula for rate. We have to find the rate here. Since the interest is compounded half yearly at R% per annum, the value of R would be less than the value of S, because half yearly is always profitable for the depositor who is depositing the money. This is kind of like a note. Half yearly compounding is always profitable for the depositor. Half year compounding is always profitable for depositor. So R% is compounded half yearly, so R will be less than S, option C. Even though R is we can solve it using the formulas also. Q equals to P 1 plus R upon 200 to the power 4, and Q equals to P plus PS 2 upon 100. From here we got Q equals to P 1 plus S upon 50, and here Q equals to P 1 plus R upon 200 to the power 4. So here Q upon P minus 1 into 50 equals to S, and here that is Q upon P to the power 1 by 4 minus 1 into 200 equals to R. So clearly 1 is same and Q upon P is same, but Q upon P is same here, Q upon P is same here, but Q upon P to the power 1 by 4 will be less. Q upon P 1 by 4 will be less. So this thing is less, this thing is more. Some bigger number minus 1 will give you a bigger number, and some lesser number minus 1 will give you a lesser number. So this in total will be a bigger number and this in total will be a lesser number, but it is multiplied by 50 and it is multiplied by 200. So for some cases they can be equal to, but here because it is 1 by 4 here and this is 4 times more, so R should be less than S. Let's see the answer. 13 13C, yes, it's correct. 14th question. Find the compound interest at a rate of 10% for 3 years on that principal which in 3 years at the rate of 10% per annum gives 300 as simple interest. Just complicated words. On that principle. So from the second part of the question we can find the principal. What principal? Which in 3 years at a rate of 10% gives an interest of 300. So principal comes out to be 1000. For the principal we can find the compound interest now. Amount equals to 1000 1 plus 10 upon 100 power 3. This comes out to be 1331. So compound interest is 331. The difference between compound interest and simple interest on a certain sum of money at 10% per annum for 3 years is 620. Find the principal if it is known that the interest is compounded annually. Okay. Let us assume the principal to be 100. We have done many questions like this type. But yeah, it's pretty easy. Let's assume the principal to be 100. First we can find simple interest because it is simple. Simple interest equals to principal into rate into time 100 30 rupees. Now the compound interest amount equals to 100 1 plus 10 upon 100 power 3 100 into 1.1 power 3. This gives us 133.1. This is the amount. So compound interest equals to 33.1. Simple interest was 30. The difference is 3.1. When the difference is 3.1, the principal is 100, and when the difference is 620, the principal will be this 620 into 100 divided by 3.1. It comes out to be 20,000. Moving on to next question. Population of Mangalore. What is Mangalore? It is Bangalore, right? Bangalore is a nice place. The population of Mangalore was, wow. Anyways, population of Mangalore is 1283575 on 1 January . 1 January 2021. 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 1 2011, and growth rate of population was 11%. Oh, 10%. I'm sorry, 10%. In the last, in the last year, and 5 years in the 5% in the years. Okay, okay. So in growth rate was 10% in 2010, and after 2010, from 2011 onwards, growth rate is 5%. But what does prior means? Prior means ahead or backward? Prior. Existing or coming before. Oh, prior means previous. So in the last year it was 10%, and oh my god, before 2010 growth rate was 5%. The only exception being 2009, when because of a huge exodus there was a decline of 20% in the population. Oh. 2009 is an exception. Okay, so we are given the population of Mangalore in 2011. In 2010 the population would be less. By how much? By 10%. So 1, 2, 8, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 5 into 0.9, which will be 1, 2, 8, 3, 5, 7, 5 into 0.9, which will be 1, 1, 5, 5, 2, 1, 7.5. So this is the population in 2010. Now in 2009 there is a decline of 20% due to a huge exodus. What is the exodus? Exodus. Exodus means mass departure of people. Okay. Oh, people went from Mangalore to Bangalore. Hmm. So in 2009 there was a decline of 20%. So the population will be 155,217.5 into 0.8. 155,217.5, 0.8. Oh, it's 1155. So the population in 2009 was 294,174, and now from 2008 to 2007 to 2006 to 2005, the growth rate is same, that is 5%. So here the population will be 924174 into 0.95. Again here will be 0.95, here 0.95, and here also 0.95. So power 4. So that comes out to be 752,745. What? Mm. So let's see the question number 6 here. The population of Mangalore. Mangalore. Has anyone heard about Mangalore? Mangalore. I've heard about Bangalore. Mangalore is a nice place, but I don't know about Bangalore. Anyways, the population of Mangalore was something very big on 2011. 128,357,5. Okay. The growth rate of the population was 10% in the last year, 2010, 10% plus 10%. Oh, oh. The only exception being 2009, when because of a huge exodus. What is exodus? Exodus. Exodus. Oh, exodus is the evacuation of people. Okay. So people just went out from Bangalore. Maybe they went from Bangalore to Bangalore. Okay. So in 2009 it was minus 20%, and again after that and years prior to it, 5 years. So before it, 2008 to 2005, it was again plus 5%. Population was increasing only, but in 2009 it decreased by 20%, and in 2010 again increased by 10%. So we have to find the population here. Okay, not a big deal. So we can think of it like we will work backwards, we'll go reverse. I'll use this notation p of some number inside this, let's say 2011. This will denote population of that year. P of 2007 will denote population of 2000 in 2000 year 2007. So from 2011 to 2010, growth was plus 10%. So P of 2010 into 10% of it plus P of 2010 is equals to P of 2011. But we don't know what was in 2010. We know about 2011, so we can just solve this. So P of 2010, we can take common. 1 plus 10 by 100 is nothing but 1.01. 1.1 actually equals to P of, so P of 2010 equals P of 2011 divided by 1.1. So we can find this number 1283575, whatever, 1283575 divided by 1.1. So population in 2010 comes out to be 1166886, 1166886.36. Now in from 2010 to 2009, population in 2009 got reduced by 20%. So population in 2009 minus 20% of population in 2009 will be equal to population of 2010, right? So we can again take population of 2009 common. This will be 1 minus 0.2, that will be 0.8. So population in 2009 into 0.8 equals to P of 2010. We want P of 2009, which will be P of 2010 divided by 0.8, which will be this number divided by 0.8. 1166886.36 divided by 0.8, which gives us 1458 607.95. Yes, and from now from 2009 to 2002 there is an increase of 5%. From 2008 to 2007 there is also an increase of 5%, 5%, 5%. So there are, so from 2009 to 2000, okay, wait, it's clear till here, right? We got the population of 2009. So from 2009 to 2008, 2008 to 2007, 2007 to 2006, and 2006 to 2005. There is an increase of 5% in population, and when there was an increase in 10%, we just divided it by 1.1. So we'll do the same here. We have the population of 2009, we want the population of 2005. So population of 2005 will be equal to population of 2009 divided by 1.05 power 4. So 1458607.95 divided by 1.05 power 4. 1458607.95 divided by 1.5 power 4. So it comes out to be 1200001.1. So we can approximately say it is option number B. Yeah, a nice question. Okay. So moving on to the next question. Question number 20. A sum of 8,000 is borrowed at 5% per annum compound interest and paid back in 3 equal installments. What is the amount of each installment? Right. So we have to find the installments. Maybe this is the first question where the installments are coming. No, this is the second question where the installments are coming. We have solved one question similar to that. We'll see. Let's say the amount of each installment is X. So we are paying back X rupees each year. So for the first, we'll go back from the we'll do it from the first year. Let's try it from the first year. What will happen in the first year? A sum of 8,000 is borrowed. So we borrowed 8,000 rupees at 5% per annum compound interest, right? And paid back in 3 equal installments. So we borrowed 8,000 rupees and it is compound interest. So on the first year, end of the first year, how much amount will it be? Or let's just say how much interest will it be? 8,000 into 0.05, that is 400 rupees. So on the first time we are having 400 rupees as interest. So what will be the total amount at the end of the first year that we have to pay? The total amount we are paying at the first year is the total principal minus installment, because installment is like we are slowly giving the money back. We are not giving it in we are not giving it as a whole, but we are giving it slowly. Every year we are giving some amount of money. So from the total 8,000 rupees which we borrowed, we gave an installment of X rupees. This is the installment we assume. So in that, from the total 8,000 sum, we subtracted the installment because we have already paid this now at the end of the first year. And but we also got an interest on 8,000 rupees, so we have to add that too. We are adding the interest because we borrowed 8,000 rupees and now the bank will charge us 8,000 rupees. And if we, let's say, if we don't give the installments for 3 years, what will happen? Every time the principal will be 8,000, and next the year is next the interest is 400, so the principal will be 8,400. But and again the principal will be more than 8,400, so the principal is increasing, so the interest will keep on increasing, so we have to pay more if we are not giving the installments. But now when we are giving the installments, the principal will be less. Principal will be 8,000 minus x plus interest. So can you see there is a minus factor here? So the principal for our next time, that is less than 8,400. So on the next year, because of the installment we paid, we have to pay less interest now. So that is the concept of installment. That's why people do it. So the principal for second year will be principal of first year minus installment plus interest. Okay, so for the second year, now what will be the interest? P2 into R into 1 upon 100. That will be P1. Oh, P1 is just 8,000. 8,000 minus x plus 400 into 0.05. So that will be equal to 8,400 into 0.05, which is 420 rupees. So we can just say 420 minus 0.05 x. So this is the new interest we got now. Second year interest 2. So this is the interest. Can you see the interest? If we did not give the installment of X amount, the interest would be 420 rupees. But now it is 420 minus something because of the installment. So the interest is also reducing. And now what will be the principal then? Again, on this interest, we'll again give the installment. What was the installment again? We'll again give X rupees as installment for the second year, because we are told we have to give 3 equal annual installments. So the principal for the third year will be principal for second year minus installment plus interest of second year. So principal of third year is, what is P2? P2 was this, P1 minus X plus 400. P1 is 8,000. 8,000 plus 400 is 8,400, and minus X is also there, minus X. So this is P2 minus, what is the installment again? Installment is X plus interest I2. What have we calculated? This I2 is this 420 minus 0.05x. So this thing is P2, this is installment, and this is our interest I2. So what is our P3 then? 8,400 plus 420, 8,820 minus x minus 2x minus 2.05x, right? So this is the principal for our third year, and again one time more interest will be there. So what will be the I3? 8820 minus 2.05x into 0.05. So we can just find it. 8820 into 0.05. 441 minus 2.05 into 0.05 is 0.1025x. This is I3. So what will be the principal, or let's just say what will be the amount at the end of the third year? That will be P2 plus interest, that is interest of third year. And what that amount should be, because we are told that we have to completely return the amount of this 8,000 whatever we borrowed by the end of third year. So this is the amount we are getting at the third year, P2 plus I3. And what should be it equal to? It should be equal to our last installment. What is our last installment? Our last installment is X. So what is P2? Oh sorry, not P2, P3. P3 P3. What is P3? This 8820 minus 2.05x. This is one term. This is P3. And what is I3? We calculated this, 441 minus 0.1025x, and that should be equal to x. So from this equation, if we find out the value of x, what will we get? 8820 plus 441, that is 9. This is one term. 9261 minus 2.05 plus 0.1025, 2.1525x equals to x. It will go to the other side, and then x will be 9261 divided by 3.1525. So 9261 divided by 3.1525, it comes out to be 2937 rupees. So yeah, 29 exactly, it is coming out to be 2937.67 rupees. So what was our x? X was our annual installment. So our annual installment comes out to be this. So option number A. This is a quite a lengthy process, but there is a roadmap for this. First, I'll explain this again, because this is an important question. So it is like, let's say we have a amount. This is our principal. This is our principal. So this is the first year, and first year there is a beginning of first year, and then there is the end of first year. Let's say R is our rate. So at the first year, in the beginning, what would be, how will the interest be calculated? It will be calculated on the principal of first year, which is this P1 equals to principal, and it will be calculated on principal and the rate and time of 1 year. So that will be coming to I1, that is the interest. So at the end of the second year, what will we see? We'll see that this principal P1 has grown to P1 plus I1. This principal has grown to P1 plus I1, right? So our new principal is P1 plus I1. But now we are paying an annual installment of say A rupees every year. So we'll just subtract A from this. So this will be our new principal now. So on the second year, on the starting of second year, and this is the ending of second year, on the starting of second year, what will be the principal? P1 plus I1 minus A. So the interest will be calculated on this principal and the rate and first year. So this will come out to be I2. And at the end of the first year, what will be the amount then? It will be, let's say this comes out to be P2. P2 equals to this. So I can write this as P2. So what will be the at the end of the second year, what will be the total sum? That will be P2 plus again the interest of the second year, and again we'll minus the installment. Can you see this is same P1 plus I1, the principal of first year at the end of first year, plus the interest at the accumulator at the end of first year, minus the installment, again principal of second year plus interest of second year minus the annual installment, where again at the third year. So this is like kind of roadmap type thing. So at the second year, let's say this is now P3. So at the second year, interest will be calculated on P3 comma R comma 1, and at the end how much amount will it be there? P3, let's say this equals to I3, P3 minus, no, P3 plus I3, that will be the total amount actually. But we are constantly paying the installments, so at the end what should it be? The amount, this amount P3 plus I3, that should be exactly equal to our annual installment which we are paying. Only then at the end of the third year we are able to completely uh, give, like completely get away with our debt. So this P3 plus I3, that at the end that should be equal to our annual installment. So this is the main. If it was 4 year, then we will again continue this, right? Now if we go back here, so what our annual installment came? 2937. So at the end of the first year was here, the interest was 400 rupees. Our new principal was 8000 plus 400. 400 was the interest, original principal was 8000, so the new principal must be 8400. But at the end of the first year only we paid 2937 rupees. So what would be the principal for the second year? 8400 minus 2937.67. So can you see the principal has reduced? It is something 6000 or whatever. That's why minus x is there. So yeah, and this is the conventional way. One should know of it. One should know how to solve it using this conventional method. It is important. Now I'm going to tell a kind of like a short trick, and the short trick will make it pretty easy. Let's see. So the short trick works like, you have to remember some things. Where should I write? Here. I write it here. Short trick. Okay. So in the short trick, we'll see the rate first. We'll see the rate and we'll convert it into the fraction. What is the rate? 5% per annum. 5% per annum. If it was given that the interest is being paid half yearly, then make sure you make sure you convert the rate into half yearly accordingly. If it is given half yearly, you will divide the rate by 2. If it is given quarterly, you will divide the rate by 4 accordingly. If it is given annually, then it will be no division. So 5%, what will it be in the terms of fraction? 5 upon 100, 1 upon 20, right? So we'll take this number which we have, 20. So we'll write it like 20 is to 21. Think of it like 20 is the principal of first year. Yeah, think of it like this is the first year, 20 is the principal of first year, and 21 is the installment we are paying, right? So this is the amount we borrowed and this is the amount we have to pay. This is the installment of the first year. So for the second year, we won't write 2021 again, we'll write 20 square and 21 square. And this trick will only work when the interest is being calculated compoundedly. And for the third year again, we'll write it like 20 cube and 21 cube. So now, as we are told in the question that we have to give equal annual installments, we are given in the question, we are asked to find equal annual installments. So can you see, these were the installments, right? I'll just write it. This is the amount we borrow and this is the installments. So this installment is 21, this is 21 square, this is 21 cube. These are not equal. We want every year it should be equal. So how can we make it equal? We can multiply it by 1, we can multiply it by 21, but as it is a ratio, we have to make sure to multiply it on the other side as well, and we can multiply it by 21 square, and we'll make sure to multiply it on the other side as well, right? So now when we will add these things, what will we get here? The amount which we get here, this amount, on adding, multiplying this and getting a quantity, multiplying this and getting a quantity, and multiplying this and getting a quantity, and when we'll add this, what will we get? We will get the original money borrowed, and on adding this, what will we get? This will be the amount we have to pay to clear the debt. So clearly it is visible that this is the principal and this is the amount. And what is the amount minus principal? If we will subtract this amount minus principal, what will we get? We will get the interest, right? And this, each thing, this is not like this thing and this thing, all these are installments for each year, and we made them same, so they are same installments. So now let's just add it. Let's see what do we get. 21 square into 20, 21 square into 20 is 8820, plus 21 into 20 square plus 20 cube, which is 8000. We'll get 25220, and when we will add this, we'll get 3 into 21 cube. What is 21 cube? 21 cube is 9261, and when we'll multiply it by 3, we'll get 27783. Okay, so now to solve our question, and we can also find this, what is this quantity? This individual quantity is 9261. We can also find the interest. We can just subtract this, we'll get the interest, total interest. What we have to find in the given question? Now let's see. We are given that a sum of 8000 is borrowed, and we have to find each installment. So this is the information given in our question. So how will we proceed? What is the sum in our calculation? What is the sum in our calculation? That is 25220. And what is the installment in our calculation? 9261. When our sum was 25220, what was the installment? 9261. So similarly, when, according to the question, when the sum is 8000, what will be the installment? You can just find it like this. You can find x equals to 9261 into 8000 upon 25220. Solve it, and what will we get? 9261 into 8000 divided by 25220. We are getting 2937.67, exactly the same answer. Got it? So yeah, this is a short trick, but make sure you use this trick only on compound interest. If the interest is being calculated by a simple interest, then this trick won't work. And also make sure to fix the rate accordingly. If it is annually, take it annually. If it is half yearly, take it half yearly. And always remember, the amount you get here is the total principal, the original amount you borrowed, the amount you get here, it is the amount you have to pay to clear the debt. This is the principal, and each of these thing is the installments, and on subtracting you get the interest here. And so, but just think of it, if it was so easy to make them equal. So yeah, equal installments, pretty easy, you all can do it, you can do it easily. But what if we are told that installments are in some ratio? We were getting numbers like 21, 21 square, 21 cube. So you have to think about it, and you can make these numbers, these final numbers, as such that the installments are as such which are given in the question accordingly, and this method will work. If, let's say, if the installments were in the ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 3, so rather than multiplying by 21 square, 21 and 1, you would be multiplying it with some other number. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just saying that trick will still work in that question if the installments are not equal. So just see it. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Three amounts x, y, z are such that y is simple interest on x and z is simple interest on y. Three amounts x, y, z. Y is simple interest on x and z is simple interest on y. If in all three cases rate of interest and time is calculated is same, then find the relation. So y is the simple interest on x, so that is y is the interest and x is the principal, so x into r into t upon 100, and z is the simple interest on y into r into t upon 100. So what can we do here? We can find the value of rt upon 100 from here. Rt upon 100 will equal to y by x, and we can put the value of rt upon 100 here. So z equals to y into y by x, so xz equals to y square, xz equals to y square, option number D. Next question. A person lent out some money for 1 year at 6% per annum simple interest. After 18 months, he again lent out the same money at a simple interest of 24% per annum. In both the cases, he got 4704. Which of these could be the amount that was lent in each case if the interest is paid half yearly? What are the things to make count of? It is given half yearly. 2 times he is lending out money. A person lent out some money for 1 year. For the first time, it is for time is for 1 year, 6% per annum at simple interest, and let's say the amount is x. So okay, so what will be the rate? 3%, because as it is half yearly. And what will be the time? 2. So what is the simple interest? Simple interest, let's just say it is I1. I1 will be x into 3 into 2 upon 100, that is 6x upon 100. And next time after 18 months, so after 18 months he again lent out the same money at the simple interest 24% per annum. Okay, after 18 months he lent out the same money, so principal is again x Okay. Principal is again x, and the rate of interest is 24% per annum, and it is half yearly, so we can write it as 12% per annum. He lent out the same money at simple interest per annum. And what is the time? The time is again 1 year, because 1 year is common in the starting. A person lent out some money for 1 year at this, and after 18 months at this. So what will be the interest I2? I2 will be x into 12 into 1 will be 2, because there are 2 half years in a year, so 1 into 2 upon 100, which will be 24x upon 100. And we are given in both the cases he got 4704. In which of these could be the amount that was lent out in each case if the interest is paid half yearly? In both the cases he got 4704. So what is the amount he'll be getting here? He'll be getting here 24x upon 100 plus x, right? So that will be 124x upon 100. And what is the amount given? 4704. So we can equate it. So x will be 470400 divided by 124. It comes out to be 3793. Okay, so I have to think more on the question. The amount will be this only. Amount is correct, 124x upon 100. And one thing I can think of is he's lending this money out for 1 year. But what is happening in these 18 months? Is he getting the money back? This money, is he getting this money back and then he is putting that, or he's not getting the money back? So if he is not getting the money back, then after 1 year also, for 18 months there will be accumulation of interest on it. So we'll have to take account of that also. Let's take account of that also. So that will be x into at 3%, but yeah, we don't know the rate on this. Maybe we'll continue with this 3% only. And what will be the time? How many half years are there in 18 months? 3 half years. 3 upon 100. So that is 9x upon 100. So for the first time he lent out money, the total interest is 15x upon 100. And this is 124x upon 100. So total interest comes out to be 15 plus 124, 139 x upon 100. This is the interest, right? So what will be the amount? Amount will be, because he is lending x 2 times, so amount will be x plus x plus 139x upon 100. This is 2x into 200, so 339x upon 100 will be equal to 4704. So x equals 470400 divided by 39. It comes out to be 1387.6. What if we remove this 9x from here? Then what will we get? We'll get only 6x here, 6x here. So the total interest will be 6x plus 124x. 130x upon 100. So what will be the total amount? 2x plus 130x upon 100 will get 330x upon 100. So 330 gives us not much of a difference, 1425. That's still also wrong. I think there is some ambiguity in the question. This line is giving ambiguity. In both the cases he got 4704. What does it mean by in both the cases? Both the cases, that is, in individually the amount is this, so we can just equate this amount and we can just equate this amount, but neither of that is giving us the answer. The answer given in the book is 4200. If we use 4200, let's see, if we use 4200, what will be the I1? 4200 into 3 into 2, that comes out to be 4200 into 3 into 2 upon 100, that comes out to be 252. And for the next time, 4200 into 3, no, into 12 into 2 upon 100, it comes out to be 1008. So from here, if you find the amount, it comes out to be 4452, and from here if you find the amount, it comes out to be 5280. In neither of this the amount is being 4704. So yeah, the answer given is not only matching, maybe, I don't know. This question is ambiguous. Moving on to the next question. A person bought a motorbike for the following scheme: down payment of 15,000 and rest amount at 8% per annum for 2 years. In this way he paid 28920 in total. Find the actual price of the motorbike. Okay, let's say the actual price is, let's say the actual price is X. So after the down payment of 15,000 rupees, what is the price left? X minus 15,000, because down payment means directly giving cash at that time, directly completely paying it over, and rest amount at 8% per annum for 2 years. Okay. Rest amount. So what is the rest amount? This amount is left, and he paid this amount at this interest. So what will be the interest on that? Is it simple interest? Oh, assume simple interest. Okay, so this is simple interest. So this is the rest amount, and what is the interest? 8% per annum for 2 years. So what will it be? 16x minus 16 into 15, 24000 upon 100. So that is the interest. That is the interest. So what will be the amount? Amount will be principal plus, this is the principal, plus this interest, 16x minus 24 upon 100. This is the interest. So this is the amount he paid, and we are given in this way he paid this in total, that is, this is including this 15,000 down payment. So but this amount, what this amount we have calculated, this amount we have calculated on the price other than 15,000. So this amount will be equal to what? This amount will be equal to this price minus 15,000. So 289 20 minus 15,000 is 313920. So this equals to 13920. We can find it now. 100x minus 1510 and 000 plus 16x minus 24,000 upon 100 equals to 13920. So we'll get 13920 equals to 1500 plus 240 116x minus 1740 so 116x equals to be this plus 1392 132 so x is 6 x comes out to be 27,000 yeah. Right, next question. Hans Kumar borrows 7,000 at simple interest from the village money lender. At the end of 3 years, he borrows 3,000 and closes his account after paying 4,615 as interest. After 8 years from the time he made the first borrowing, find the rate of the interest. Okay. Hans Kumar borrows 7,000. So first he borrowed 7,000 rupees from the village money lender at, so this is at the first year. Then time goes by. Now at the end of third year, he again borrows 3,000 rupees. He again borrows 3,000 rupees and closes accounts after paying this as interest after 8 years. Okay, so after 8 years is from the time he made the first borrowing. Here is the time when he made the first borrowing. So from here to here, that is 8 years. So from here to here it will be 5 year more. Here his total interest came out to be 4615. We have to find the rate. Okay, so he is borrowing two times. His first time he borrowed 7,000. So this 7,000 money he borrowed, he is keeping it with him for 8 years. So what will be the interest on 7,000? That will be 7,000 into rate of interest, let's say R, into 8 upon 100, 560 R. And the next time he borrowed 3,000. So what will be the I2? That will be on 3,000 rupees at R% for 5 years. So that is 150 R. So 560 plus 150 is, so the total interest I1 plus I2, that is 710 R, and what we are given 4615, yeah, 4615 we are given. So R comes out to be 6.5%. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Some amount was lent at 6,000 per annum simple interest. After 1 year, 6,800 is repaid and the rest of the amount is repaid at 5% per annum. If the second year interest is half of the first year interest, find what amount of money was lent out. Hmm. Let's say the amount lent out was X. The amount lent out was X. After 1 year, this amount was repaid. So after 1 year, what will be the interest? X into 6% per annum for 1 year divided by 100. That will be 6x upon 100. So this is the interest which accumulated in 1 year on this principal. The first amount after 1 year, this amount is repaid and the rest amount is repaid at 5% per annum. Okay. So this amount is now repaid. So what amount is left? The principal for second year is x minus 6800, right? This amount is left to be repaid, and now interest will be calculated on this P2 for the second year, which is at 5% per annum. So what will be the interest I2? X minus 6800 into 5 into 1 upon 100. Why 1? Because we are finding it for the second year, so yeah, only 1 year we are finding. 5x minus, so here is 5x upon 100 minus 68 into 5, 340. This is I2. And what are we given? If the second year interest is half of the first year interest, if I2 is half of I1, then we have to find the money. So we have I2, we have I1. I1 is this, I2 is this. We can put them in the equation and we'll get 5x upon 100 minus 340 equals to half of 6x upon 100, which is nothing but 3x upon 100. So we can bring this here. It will be 2x upon 100 equals to 340. So x will be 3 4 17,000. So the total amount lent out was 17,000, right? 26. An amount of 1280 due 3 years, hence is fully repaid in 3 annual installments starting after 1 year. The first installment is half, the second installment is half the second installment. The second installment is 2 by 3 of the third installment. The rate of interest is 10% per annum. Find the installments. So here the installments are not given equally, which I was talking in the 20th question. Here the installments are given in a different proportion. Let's say the third year installment is X. Third year installment is X. So second year installment will be this, and the second year installment is 2 by 3 of the third. 2 by 3 of the third, and first year installment is half of the second. So half of this, what will be half of this? Hmm? 2 by 6 x or 1 by 3, 1 by 3x. So this is the proportion of installments. Now we'll see what? We'll see the rate of interest. The rate of interest is 10% per annum, right? And there is one more thing given here. An amount of 12820 due 3 years. What does it mean by due 3 years? It means that, let's say I borrowed in 2025. I borrowed amount in 2025. So what is the amount I borrowed? 12820. I borrowed 12820 in 2025. So next year is 2026. Third, this is the first year. This is the second year. The third year is 2027, and then it is 2028. Due 3 years means my, like, for 3 years I don't have to pay it. Like there is a condition, like when I went to the bank there might be a policy, like I'm borrowing this money. Let's say I'm borrowing it for some business or something, so the bank is like, okay, you are borrowing this much amount of money, we'll let you keep this money, and we'll ask you back this money, we'll start asking you back this money after 3 years, right? So they will start asking me the money after 3 years, because if I'm asking it for some startup or business, 128,020 rupees, so I cannot just start repaying it back on the next year, because it will take time. I will invest this amount and I'll make some profit then after that. So for that thing, this thing might be have introduced in the system. So because of that, the bank will start asking me for the money from 2028. So for 2026 and 2027, I have to do nothing. I have to just make profit, whatever I'm doing. But there is one more condition. What if, what if I started paying the money back from here only? Hmm? What if I started paying the money back from here only? What will happen? Let's say if I paid back a amount here, I gave it to bank a amount on 2026. So by the time it will reach 2028, the when the bank will actually ask me money, when I'm actually required to pay the money, so interest of 2 year will there on this a amount. So I paid only a amount, but in 2028 that will be something a plus some interest on it. So can you see like if I'm paying it early, if I'm starting to pay the amount early, the interest is working in my favor. I'm paying a amount, but when the bank will start asking the money from me, the bank will get a plus I. So by paying only a amount, I am repaying a debt of a plus I amount. So by paying less, I am repaying more. So that is my favor for that. So that's why I'm starting to pay early. Is fully repaid, they are starting after 1 year, right? Starting after 2025. So this goes like this. So this is one case, this is first case. And again, let's say I repaid some installment A on 2027. On 2027 if I pay, so how much interest it will be there? There will be an interest of 1 year on it. So and 2025, I can add it a1, so this will be a plus I2. So in 2028, how much money I have already repaid? That is 2a plus I1 plus I2. Let's say if I had started repaying this amount A and A on 2028, so it would be only 2a rupees. But as I started repaying it before the bank even asked it from me, I started repaying it before. So now how much I'm repaying? I'm repaying 2a plus I1 plus I2. So can you see the interest here is working in my favor? So yeah, that's the main point. And one more thing. Okay, so let's solve the question now. So our first year installment is 1 by 3, x by 3. So how much interest it will be there? There will be interest of 2 year. So at the end of the 2 year, how much money actually will it become? It will be x by 3 plus 2 years interest on x by 3, that is x by 3 into, what is the rate, 10%. 10% into 2 years upon 100. We can solve this, and it will be 2x upon 30. 2x upon 30 plus x upon 3, that comes out to be x upon 3 plus 2x upon 30, that comes out to be 2 by 5x. And in the second year I paid 2 by 3x. So at the end of 3 years, how much actually will it be? It will be 2 by 3x plus the interest on 2 by 3x at 10% for 1 year, because only 1 year is left extra. So how much that would be? That would be 2 by 3x plus 2x on 30, that is 11x upon 15. This is 11x upon 15. And on the third year I'm paying x on the third year, but since from the next year the bank is gonna ask me money and I'm starting it with x only, so there won't be any interest. Like basically the time is 0 now, so I won't be getting any benefit of interest, so that x will remain x only. So what is this total amount? X plus 11x upon 15 plus 2x upon 5. What is this total amount? This total amount should be equal to the amount I have borrowed, right? And you might ask, like, why, where is the interest then? Where do I have to pay? Like every time we borrow some amount from bank, let's say we are borrowing 1280, we have to pay 1280 plus some interest, right? But here we are not going to pay any interest, because even before even before the bank asked the money from it, we were already paying it, so the interest was working in our favor. The interest is being added in this, I mean interest is being subtracted from that. So okay, so this installment plus this installment plus this installment, it should be equal to 12820. So x plus 11x upon 15 plus 2x upon 5 equals to 12820. So what will it be? X will come out to be 11x upon 15 plus 2x upon 5 equals to 12820. So x comes out to be 6009.3. Okay, so 6009.3 is what? 6009.3 is the installment of third year, but we have to find the installment of first year. Installment of first year is x by 3, so 6000 by 3, 6000. So the first year installment is x upon 3, so 6009 upon 3 is approximately 2000. So our answer comes out to be 2000. But this is like a trickier question, more trickier question. But now what if we go by that method? What if we are not paying it on 2025 only, we are paying it after the bank ask for it? So I borrowed the money in 2025, 2026 passes, 2027 passes, so now it is 2028, and I started paying it here. Like my first installment of x by 3 is here, then in 2029 the second installment of, what was it, 2x by 3, 2x by 3 was here, and in 2030 my third installment of x was here. Earlier I paid this on here, here and here, but now I'm paying this starting from 2028. So that's the difference between two approaches. And you will see, like, here we have to pay a amount of 2000 and at the last we have to pay amount of 6000. But here, because the interest was working in our favor, so we have to pay less to clear our debt. You can find the total amount. The first year installment is 2000. We can find the second year installment also. Second year installment was 2x by 3. 2x by 3. So 2 into 6000 by 3. 4000, around 4000. So if you will add all these installment, what will you get? 2000 plus 4000 plus 6000. It comes out to be around 12,000. So can you see, we had cleared a debt of 12,820 rupees with only 12,000 rupees. So we had a, so we, the interest which worked in our favor, it paid 820 rupees for us, for us. The interest paid this 820 rupees for us. We, can you see, we are only paying 6,000, 2,000 and 4,000, which comes out to be a total of 12,000. So the other 820 rupees, how it's being paid? It's paid because of the interest. The interest is working in our favor. But here let's see. Here the on the first day, I'm not going to solve it with the conventional method. It's a longer one. I'm going to solve it with the trick, right? So with the trick, our rate of interest was 10%. So we'll write 1 upon 10. We'll use 10, 10, 11. We'll square it, 100, 121. And for the third year, 1000, 1331. So now we have to arrange these installments, because these are the amount we borrowed and this is the installments. So we have to arrange this installment in this ratio which is given in the question. So x equals to, x is for third year is 1331 and second year is 2 by 3 of x. Can you see, x is for third year, and for third year it is 1331. So if x equals to 1331, then for second year 2x upon 3 will be 2 into 1331 upon 3. It comes out to be 887. So this 121 should equals to be 887.33. So by what number I should multiply 121 to get this? By what number I should multiply 121 to get this? I can divide it by 121. I'll multiply it by 7.33. So I'll have to multiply 7.33 here also. Similarly, if x is 1331, for the first year our installment is x by 3. So for the first year, what our installment should be? It should be 1331 divided by 3. It should be 443.66. 443.66. But first year installment is 11. So by what number I should multiply 11 to get 443.66? It should be 40.33. 40.33. So I should multiply here also 40.33. Now we can add it. This is 403.3. This is 733.3. And this is just simply 1. So this is 1000. So what is the total amount that I borrowed? That is 403.3 plus 733.3 plus 1000. It is 2136.6. And what is my total installments? My total installments are, total amount is 443.66 plus 887.33 plus 1331. It is 2661.99, right? So now what are we given? We are given an amount of 12820 and we have to find the first installment. So okay, we are getting a amount of 2136.6 when the first installment was 443.66, but when the amount is 12820, what will be our first year installment? You can find it. So x comes out to be 12820 into 443.66 upon 2136.6. It comes out to be 12820 into 443.66 divided by 2136.6. So can you see it comes out to be 2662.0. It's coming like 2662 rupees. But what was the first year installment here? It was only 2000 rupees. We were giving only 2000 rupees and we were repaying our debt. But here for the first year, for the third year installment, it is 2600. So here third year is 2602. Second year was 2 by 3 of this. I'll just do 2 by 3 of this into 2. It comes out to be 1774, and first year is, wait, no, this was first year. We did it for 443, right? So this is first year. So second year will be, if first year is x by 3, x by 3 equals to this, like 2662 equals to x by 3. So x equals to 3 into this, 3 into 2662 into 3, it is 7986, and 7986 into 2 by 3, it's 5324. So can you see the installments which are coming now? One is 2600, one is 5300, and one is 7986. But when we were paying before the time, it was 2000, 4000, 6000. So can you find the total amount that we have to pay? We can just add it. Plus 5324 plus 7986. It comes out to be 15,972. So to now repay the debt of 12,820, we have to pay around 16,000 rupees. But earlier, to repay the same debt, we have to pay only 12,000 rupees. We were having a profit of 820 rupees, and here we are having a loss of around 4,000 rupees. So this is the difference between two approaches. This is the difference what happens when we pay the debt before the time and when we don't pay it before the time. So yeah. Question number 27. Read the following. The leading Indian bank SBI, in the aftermath of the Kargil episode, announced a loan scheme of Indian Army. Under this scheme, the following options were available. Okay. Scheme 1 is loans up to 50,000. Soft loan is something, and interest is normal interest. What is a soft loan? Soft loan is a part of the total loan, and the interest on this loan is half of the normal rate. Okay, so soft loan is like whatever amount we are taking. Let's say we are using the scheme 1, so we can take a loan of 50,000, up to 50,000. Let's say we are taking a loan of 10,000 rupees. So on 10,000 we will have to pay an interest of 8%. But as there is a scheme of soft loan, so we have taken an amount of 10,000. So what is the 50% of that? 5,000. So on 5,000, half of the interest will be there. On 5,000, 4% interest will be there, and on the left amount, the amount which is left, on that amount, the normal 8% loan will be there. So this is the meaning of soft loan. So Soldier A took some loan under Scheme 1, Soldier B took Scheme 2, and Soldier C Scheme 3, and Soldier D Scheme 4. If they get the maximum loan under the respective schemes for 1 year, find which loan is MUL. What does it mean by if they get the maximum loan? The maximum loan is like the maximum loan which the scheme allows. But the scheme 1 is allowing 50,000, scheme 2 is allowing only 75,000, scheme 4 is allowing 2 lakh rupees, scheme 3 is 1 lakh rupees. Which loan is MUL? And what is MUL now? Let's see. MUL is maximum utility loan. Maximum utility loan is defined as the ratio of the total loan to the interest paid over time. MUL is ratio of total loan upon interest paid over time. Lower this ratio, better the MUL. So for this ratio to be low, we are not going into the calculations right now. Just for this ratio to be low, the total loan should be less and interest should be high, because this is the numerator. For a fraction to be a lower value, the numerator should be less and the denominator should be more, then only it will have a lower value. So that's why total loan should be less and interest should be more. So just by this information I can assume that it will be scheme 1 or scheme 2, because the total loan in scheme 1 and scheme 2 is low, but also the interest in scheme 3 and scheme 4 is more. So we cannot decide just like that, we have to find it now. So the total loan is, let's say we'll first calculate for the, we are not going into the soft loan thing here, right? We are just finding it using the basic things. So for the scheme 1, or I'll just write the Soldier A. For Soldier A, MUL is what? 50,000 upon, what is the interest he'll be paying? For how long they are taking the loan? No time is given. For 1 year. Okay, so it is given for 1 year. So he'll be paying 50,000, 8% on 50,000. So 8% on 50,000 is 4,000 rupees. So this is 4,000. So for B, what will be the MUL? It will be 75,000 upon 10% of 75,000. 10% of 75,000 is 7,500. C, MUL, it is 1 lakh upon, like, this 1 lakh is too big now. This is literally double of this now already, but the interest is not going that high, but the numerator is going so double. But still, let's calculate the interest. It is 12% on this, so that will be 12,000 rupees, interest of 12,000 rupees. And for D, MUL will be on 2 lakh 14%, so 28,000. So like, yeah, this, lower this ratio, the least is this only, for A only. All are bigger numbers. We can find the ratio here. Like, you can just do it by looking, but let's do it. If you have done it in here. So this is coming out to be 12.5, and this is 750. This is coming out to be 10. This is 10 more here. 3 zeros, 100 upon 12. 8.33. on 28, 7.14. Find which is MUL, maximum utility loan. So the maximum is this 12.5. So our answer should be 12.51. Let's see the answer. Yeah, it's 12.5. So option A. Extending this plan, ISB further announced that widows of all the martyrs can get loans in which the proportion of soft loan will be doubled. This increasing proportion is only applicable for the first year. For all subsequent years, the soft loan component will be applicable on the loan. Follows the value provided in the table. The widow of soldier takes 40,000 under scheme 1. ठीक है, widow of a soldier take 40,000 under scheme 1 in one account for 1 year. So this is for 1 year, and 60,000 under scheme 2. So this is scheme 1, this is scheme 2 for 2 years, and this is for 2 years. Find the total interest paid over time of 2 years. So on scheme 1, and we are given that if she is a widow, the soft loan component will be doubled. So in the scheme 1, the soft loan was 50%. So now it will be 100%. So 100% soft loan, that is all the loan which she is taking, that will be soft loan only. And soft loan, the interest is half. So 8% divided by 2, 4. So she'll be giving 4% interest on this into 0.04. That is how much interest that is? 40,000 into 1600 rupees. 1600 rupees. And yeah, it is for only 1 year, so we'll calculate only for 1 year. But this thing, 60,000, it is under scheme 1, scheme 2, sorry, yeah, scheme 2. So this is, the soft loan component is 40% of total. But for the first year, it will be doubled, so 80%. So I write first year. So 80% of 60,000 is 48,000. So on 48,000, she'll give a interest of 5% because it is 10%. So she'll give an interest of 5% here, and this is her soft loan part. And what was the left amount? The left amount is 60,000 minus 48,000, 12,000. So on 12,000, she'll pay complete 10%. So what is this? 48,240, and here it is 1200. And now in the second year, this thing is only applicable for first year. For second year, it will be according to the table given. So what will be the soft loan part? It won't be 80% now, it will be back to 40%. 40% of 60,000 now again. So 40% of 60,000, what it is? 60,000 into 40% of it, 24,000. 24,000 into 0.05, which is again 1200. And what is the amount left? 60,000 minus 24,000, 36,000. So she'll pay a 10% interest on 36,000. 0.1, 3,600 rupees. So what is the total interest? This, and this. So interest total is, I'll just directly add them now. 1600 plus 2400 plus 1200 plus 1200 plus 3600, that is 10,000. 10,000, yeah. Question number 29. A sum is divided between A in the ratio 1:2. Okay. A purchased a car from his part which depreciates at this percent per annum. B deposited his amount in the bank which pays him 20% interest per annum compounded annually. What percentage will the total sum money increase after 2 years due to this investment pattern? Okay, so let's say the sum is 100. Let's say the sum is 100, yeah. So okay, if I take the sum as 100, then I'll be getting like 33.33. So I'll, instead of taking 100, I'll take 102 as the total sum. So if the total sum is 102, what will be the amount that A will be getting? A will be getting 34 because the ratio is 1:2. So 1x plus 2x should equal to 102. So x equals to 34 and x is the amount of A, which amount which A gets, and B is 2 times of that. So 32 into 2, 68. So A got 34 rupees and B got 68 rupees. So now A purchased a car from this which depreciates at this rate. So after 2 years, how much that amount will become? That amount will be 34 into 1 minus 14 whole 2 by 7 upon 100 into 2. This is a simple formula for depreciated value. Simple basic formula. We used it many times. And for B is getting 20% interest compounded annually. So B is getting on 68 1 plus 20% square. So when we will solve this, what will we get? 34 bracket 1 minus, what is 14 2 by 7? That is 100 upon 7. 100 upon 7 upon 100. 100 upon 7 upon 100. It is 1 upon 7 similarly. So 1 minus 1 upon 7 whole square. That comes out to be, so the amount is now 24.97, or we can assume it 25. So it reduced from 34 to 25. And here what will we get? This is 1 upon 5. So 68 1 plus 1 upon 5 whole square, that is 97.92. 97.92, and we can assume it 98. So what is the total amount now? Total amount 25 plus 98. 25 plus 98, 123. From how much he started? From how much we started? 102. We started from 102, and after 2 years, when we divided this, like when we followed this investment pattern, it became 123. What we have to find? Percentage the total sum increase in 2 years. From how much it has increased? By 21 upon 102 and 200. Yeah. So 21 upon 102 is, this comes out to be 20.58%. So 20%. 123 minus 102. Let me check the answer. proportion interest LOD-3, LOD-2. Which question is it? 29. 29. Answer is A. Yeah, 20%. That is correct. 20.58 we are getting because we approximated this thing here. So yeah, a little bit of approximation. Last question. Michael Bolton has $90,000 with him. He purchases a car, a laptop, and a flat for 15,000, 13,000, and 35,000. A car for 15,000 and a laptop for 13,000. Crazy laptop, but a car also crazy. Anyways, and put the remaining money in a bank. Okay, so he used 15,000, 13,000, 35,000, and what is the amount left after that? 27,000, and this total is 90,000. So now in the bank that pays compound interest at the rate 15% per annum. So this is compound interest at the rate 15% per annum for 2 years. After 2 years he sells off the 3 items at 80% of the original. Okay, so after 2 years he sells this at 80%, every item of this 80% पे बेच दिया. So 15,000, 80% of 15,000 is it is 15,000 into 0.8, 12,000. So the car he sold at 12,000. The crazy laptop he bought, he sold it at 10,400, and the flat he sold at 28,000. And how much he got from the bank on his investment? What will be the amount? So you can use a simple interest formula directly. 1 plus 15 upon 100 whole square. What will be the total amount? 27,000. 1 plus 15 upon 100. It comes out to be 35,707. 35,707.5. So, what is the total change in his asset? His asset was 90,000 earlier, and now what is his asset? This plus this plus this plus this, which is nothing but 12,000 plus 10400 plus 28,000 plus 357 07.5. It is now 86,107.5. So it has reduced from 90,000 to 86,000. So the percentage change is this minus 90,000. Simple, which is 3892.5. A negative sign also. So, and we'll find the percentage change. 200 divided by, so this percentage change comes out to be negative 4.325%. Oh my god, pretty accurate. Check 30 option. Let's see. Yes, it is correct. Yeah, so completed all the questions finally for the second time. First time the mic fucked up. I recorded it for at least 2 hours, more than 2 hours, and all the recording was lost. Now some of this recording, so I have to solve them again. Anyways, one question was wrong according to me. I don't know. Tell me if you have something else in mind about this question. Question number 22. And one more question which I solved very casually was this one, 27. Here I thought the lower MUL will give me the answer, but here the higher MUL is giving me the answer. Is it because I'm not including the soft loan percentage, that's why the ratios are coming like that? Or if I have just seen the total loan amount and just blindly marked on the basis of that? Maybe, I don't know. Tell me what do you think? I don't think there is any other problem in any other question. All the questions are solved.